All right, welcome back everybody. So today we are doing discharge number 3. I'm going to take it easy on the boat. I feel like the last time I was out, I was pretty hard on the batteries. I drained them down pretty good. And today I'm just going to do a little loop around the island, maybe cruise the coastline a little bit here in beautiful Howe Sound. Today is obviously overcast. As you can see, we've got some low clouds, but you know, to be honest, when you get just the right lighting, as you can see, the water looks very silvery, and yeah, it's actually quite nice just to cruise around in this type of setting. So Howe Sound actually is one of Canada's most southern fjords. It has been, the history goes back, you know, thousands of years to the Squamish and Seychelles people, I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And this is this is part of the Salish Sea. And in the 1700s, late 1700s, I think 1790s, there were Spanish explorers that made their way through these parts, and shortly after, British. And yeah, that's the history that I know about this place. Not too far up the coastline there. This is a triangular fjord, by the way, so it kind of has a wider opening at the bottom of the fjord, and as we go northeast, it narrows to the very end. And up towards that end, it was actually one of, I think, one of the world's largest copper mines for many, many years. So a little bit of history there for you. Every time I roll the camera, you see me out in this, what I would call beautiful landscape. And I don't really tell people too much about it, but there you go. Anyway, I am just drawing 28 amps on one side and 23 on the other. I'm going to bump port side up a little bit, and actually go back to 30. I like 30. 30 is not a bad speed, or not a bad amp draw. I feel like it's not too hard on the batteries. And I mean, these batteries, should you ever need it, could probably pull 600, 700 amps, maybe more. I believe I read that somewhere. It actually might be more, just for a short period of time. Of course, if they were lithiums, which they are not, you could pull a lot of amps all at once for a continuous period of time, but let's not get into that conversation. I've been having a lot of lithium conversations over the last couple months here. I think it's just because I have a lot of new subscribers and they're curious about my setup and why I chose LEDs. What is the reasoning? And number one reasoning, honestly, is money. That is the biggest setback for me, because this is a twin prop, right? So whatever I spend on one side, I got to spend on the other. And yeah, that's just the way that it is. And the other thing is that as I've mentioned in some of the comments, there are some new rules coming in from Transport Canada. That's what I've caught downwind, that I don't know. I'm just assuming that there have been some mishaps with lithium batteries, and you know that when lithium batteries have a mishap, it's a lot worse than when a lead battery has a mishap. I mean, obviously arcing is arcing, so that's no different, but when a lithium goes off, it's like a hand grenade. And you know, when a lead goes off, like, well, yes, lead batteries can explode as well. It does take a very specific setting to have that happen. But then you have the lithium fire that follows, and the temperature of a lithium fire is quite high as well. So I think you would have a very immediate reaction if the lead batteries had a mishap, and with a lithium you would have an immediate and then long-standing reaction. I know somebody out there is going to beg to differ, but it's just it's a free world, man. You can beg to differ all you want. All right, so just tucked in behind one of these islands here, and I thought I would just go for a swim. It's actually really nice. It's whenever it's windy coming into the mouth of Howe Sound, this little island here offers some good protection. So it's a place to hide, and it's a place to swim. All right, so I have to say this, right? This is one of the great things about electric boating. I am just puttering along, cruising this rocky face here. And it's nice to go really slow. In a gas or diesel powered boat, you're getting that exhaust no matter what. It's coming up and it's gonna like collect in the cockpit, and it's disgusting. So one of the great things about electric is the ability just to kind of, you know, do some creeping. It's just neat, you know, to kind of look around. And in a place like this, there's just lots that can happen. I mean, over where that dive boat is there, years back, there was a huge gray whale coming out of the water, and if you're just ripping along, you're not going to see it, you know. Like you see more when you just take your time and cruise. I mean, all right, so on the port we have 70.79 volts, and we are down 24.8 amp hours and 87.2% left. And on this side we have the same thing, 87.0% left. And 70.2 volts. There you go. So that was discharge number 3. Going to plug it in and restart the cycle.